Hey guys, Matthew Molina, or Matmo here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the internets. More specifically, I'm going to be talking to you briefly about Asian Pacific Americans and alternative media on the YouTubes. Before I do that though, I'd like to give you a quote or two to frame the rest of this presentation and an anecdote of mine to get you in the mood. Might as well throw you a tidbit in there before we get this train wreck going. The quote that I have in mind for you is by W.B. Du Bois on the double consciousness that people of color have of the expectations of the dominant society upon them. This perspective of double consciousness is described as the silver lining of an inherently unequal social position, and manifests as perspective of being able to envision an alternative, and therefore influence these expectations and representations in society for the better. While Du Bois specifically applies to African Americans, I believe that this concept of racial ideology also includes Asian Pacific Americans, and that they also perceive harmful representations of their race, internalize them, and have the ability, through the media, to work and change and counteract them. While it's very easy for Asian Pacific Americans to see how society views them, with traditional media consistently perpetuating implicit narratives of otherness, many Asian Americans have taken advantage of the new technology of the internet to breach the barriers to expression and self-representation, making use of it to reach an otherwise scattered, disenfranchised demographic. As an Asian Pacific American and a member of the online community, I've also had to come to grips with my race and ethnicity. This is the story I promised you guys. Way back like 10 years or so, I was walking home from school one day, alone, mind you, when this car starts following me. Like anyone with a half a brain would do, I started to walk faster and try to get away from it, but then eventually it caught up to me. And then the side windows started to roll down, and then this South Asian woman pops her head out the window and starts asking me weird questions, like, hey kid, what are you? At first, I just turn around and look at her, confused. What race are you, kid? I go, huh? Like, are you Indian? Or Mexican? Huh? Like, what race are you? Like Indian or Mexican? Oh, I'm Filipino. Then, at that minute, I hear her and two other people swear loudly, damn it! And then... and then I notice in the car with her, there's this white guy driving, and there's a Hispanic guy in the back. Apparently they had been betting on what ethnicity I was, and had all guessed incorrectly. From like what I remember, the South Asian woman was like, oh, I thought he was Sri Lankan, and the Mexican guy was like, I don't know, he could be from anywhere in like South America, and the white guy, he did not have a single clue. There wasn't really a lesson to this anecdote, maybe, except that maybe I should have asked for money if it involved so far and if it was for grabs, seeing as they'd lost. However, growing up in the early 2000s, it wasn't really until the middle of the decade that people started to vent, their similar experiences. I feel that they expressed all of this much better than I could ever, so I'm gonna leave you to the rest of this video. I'll explain it, clarify later.
Shouldn't they have real Canadians in the video instead of Asian? The guy isn't even Canadian. He might be a Canadian citizen, but he'll never be a real Canadian. Why so Asian? I'm Asian? Oh my god. I look different. I don't fit in. At all. I really am Asian. Why didn't anyone tell me sooner? dream.
Ugh, what's wrong with you?
Just had this weird racist dream that I forgot I was Asian and that people had to remind me in the YouTube comments.
Actually, that was no dream.
Clara Chong has always loved music, but she didn't think it would turn into a career until her music ended up on the internet.
The internet was probably the foundation for everything in my career, and still is. It just provided a global audience.
This Korean-American indie pop artist goes by the name Clara C. She hears from fans around the world.
With, just the click of a button, Japan is watching, and Australia is watching, Europe's watching. Crazy to see, like, France, Germany, Indonesia, Singapore, whatever, everywhere. So it's all because of YouTube.
Clara C is part of a large group of Asian American entertainers who have exploded onto YouTube over the last few years. Julie Zahn produced a documentary about them called Uploaded, the Asian American Movement.
Other than maybe a few Asian American leading actors and actresses in television, we really don't see that many Asian Americans on screen, except for a lot of stereotypes.
And that's what makes YouTube unique, says Bart Kwan and JoJo, co-founders of Just Kidding Films.
It's content created by us, so it's truthful content opposed to as like Hollywood content.
Kwan and Joe try to show a diverse group of Asian Americans in their comedy.
Once the mass media and traditional media can see that, that there are just as many Asian thugs as there are Asian doctors or recently immigrated, just as they are fifth generation Asians.
There may be fewer Asian stereotypes in traditional media, he says.
The YouTube celebrities, the really successful content creators, are very much centered around Los Angeles.
That's why the Fung brothers duo moved here. After less than a year of creating comedy on YouTube full-time, the Chinese-American team is being invited to this parade and is attracting a large following. It ranges from Asian-American males in their 20s and 30s to these high school girls.
Beautiful! Gorgeous! They're cute! Talented!
Prior to YouTube, there was really no way to come in contact with the Asian-American demographic.
Now, in addition to posting content, many Asian Americans are allowing ads to appear on their YouTube videos and are earning money from the ads. They're generating sufficient income from that to become successful artists. Elizabeth Lee for VOA News, Los Angeles.
And then all of a sudden, when I'm about to reach an epiphany, over here from somewhere, oh, Ching Chong Ling Long Ting Tong. Oh.
Greetings, Alexandra Wallace. I am not the most politically correct person, so please do not find offensive. Thank you.
Ooh, Alexandra Wallace. Damn, girl, you so feisty. You so feisty, they should call you Alexandra Great Wall. Ace. Now don't pretend I didn't see you watching me talk on my phone yesterday, all sexy. Ching Chong Wing Wong. Baby, it's all just code. It's the way I tell the ladies. It's time to get funky. I hope one day you can meet my mother, my brother, sisters, grandmothers, grandpas, and cousins. Oh, 'cause what they're really doing on those Friday nights is showing me how to cook and dress. 'Cause baby, I wanna take you out and blow your freaking mind. And underneath the pounds of makeup and your baby blue eyes, I know there's a lot of pain and hurt for such a big brain to spend all night
studying poli-sci. I pick up my phone and sing Ching Chong. It means I love you, Ling Long. I really want you, Ting Tong. I don't actually know what that means. Ching Chong, it's never ending. Ling Long, my head is spinning. Ting Tong, still don't know what that means.
Ooh, Alex, I just want to take my phone out and talk dirty to you all day long. But I know you're busy cramming all those big hard theories and arguments.
You ain't that polite, nice American girl your mama raised you to be. So when you reach that epiphany, wait, are you freaking kidding me? If you have an epiphany every single time you study, that means you're probably doing something wrong. But I like it when you're wrong. And underneath the pounds of makeup and your baby blue eyes, oh, I know there's a lot of pain and hurt for such a big brain to spend all night studying poli-sci. I pick up my phone and say Ching Chong. It means I love you, Ling Long. I really want you, Ting Tong. I really don't know what that means. Ching Chong, it's never ending. Ling Long, my head is spinning. Ting Tong, still don't know what that means.
It's alright, Alexandra. I know you know nothing about tsunamis. I just wanted to make sure you know that it's not a type of sushi. But I came here to say that I'm actually Chinese, and that's a whole nother country, and it's bigger